Let me just quickly introduce Mr. Mathur for our audience here. Mr. Pankaj Mathur has more than 2 decades of core experience in technical operations. His research and product conceptualization skills have helped a wide range of software solutions take shape, like pipeline construction management solution and SmartGasNet, which is an end-to-end digital solution for CGD project management, and many such solutions. Mr. Mathur is an electronics and communications engineer by training, and today, of course, he's here to tell us more about Unistal Systems. Welcome, Mr. Mathur. Please make your presentation.
Good afternoon, delegates from the hydrocarbon industry and my colleagues and friends. I'm from Unistal, and we have the solution SmartGasNet. It is specifically designed for the CGD projects. It is a project management system. It is a web, GIS, and mobile-based application. And we have all the data models ready for the CGD construction and operations. The solution is ready and can be implemented within 2 to 4 weeks. So as an organization, we are 30-year-old now. We have 200 employees, including developers, GIS analysts, and GIS application implementation specialists. And we are a CMMI Level 3 development company. We have various project management solutions designed for the hydrocarbon industry. PCMS is the midstream pipeline construction management system. SmartGasNet, which I'm going to present today, is for the downstream city gas distribution projects. Smart Utilities is for the water, rural, urban, and irrigation construction projects. And we also have an asset management system and pipeline integrity and risk management application solution. So in this industry, we have 20 years of experience. We have done more than 155 projects in the project management section for the pipelines. We have covered more than 45,000 kilometers of pipelines, covering 1,750 project months of experience, and worked with 22 oil and gas companies as yet. So the main the objective of the digital transformation for any organization is, of course, to digitally enable all the stakeholders, right from the field level personnel to the project management consultants to even the EPC contractors and the clients. And to make it process-driven and system-driven, to help you to get the real-time data acquired from the field at every level, to implement the GIS in real time so that you can see in real time what all construction progress is happening in the platform, and to also compare the design versus actuals. Also have a workflow-based system so that the precursive activities are followed, and helps you in real-time material reconciliation. The other objectives, again, are to make it paperless, have uniformity of all files and formats during the execution, help you in decision support, link various documents right at the level of entry itself so that they can be referred later on, help you in approvals, the maker-checker concepts, and give your consumers a good experience in supporting their purpose. And ultimately, it forms the base data for your pipeline integrity operations later on. So the solution consists of importing and doing the design of your network, so in which your existing data, existing construction information, or your existing design parameters can be imported in the application. And based on that, we have the module for the construction. So we have a special module for the steel pipeline construction, for the MDP pipeline laying, for the riser installations, and for the last mile connectivity installations. So during this process of construction by the field operators, you also have the materials being populated into the system. So they'll be capturing the length of the pipes that they are installing today, the major fittings and facilities that they're installing at the moment. So all those data is published onto the web, and hence you'll be able to get the real-time material reconciliation in the system. Along with the materials, we are also enabling all the field operators and the BMCs to upload the documentation along with the construction process itself, right from the pre-construction again, during construction and operations. So all the test certificates will be linked directly to the pipes and to the fittings. The RSC forms, as-builts, drawings, and maintenance reports will all be linked at the relevant locations. So ultimately, when your last mile connectivity is done, then we also have the CRM module, where we will be enabling all the marketing agencies to register the consumers, whether they're domestic or commercial. Then it goes to the last mile connectivity, do the natural gas conversion for the consumers, and the billing operations start there. We also have the ticket handling, that is the consumer complaints module in this, and we have a full dashboard for the control room, where you can manage the outages, mitigate the outages, and help you in monitoring the maintenance activities. So this is fully digital. So as I mentioned that during the construction process itself, the build-up of the base map happens. So you don't have to initially build up the base map for the whole GA. You can start doing it by the areas which you are planning to charge initially. So during the construction process itself, we are enabling the contractors themselves to capture not only the construction field information, but also the right-of-way information. So with that, they'll also be able to capture the house numbers, the width of the road, the permissions, the owner of the road, or the streets and the locations. So all this can be built up, without a separate GIS survey required. This can be done during the process itself. So as I mentioned, that we'll be digitally enabling all the stakeholders. So you'll be digitally empowering all the contractors, whether the steel, MDP, then your DMAs, your LMC contractors, and also the TPI approvals and the PMC personnel, DMAs, and ultimately the meter readers also. So the MDP app again has the option of capturing the pipeline sections that they're installing today, the fittings, excavation, restoration. So all these are required, because the software also generates the AOP, that is the abstract of measurements for the contractors. The contractor bills are also generated from the system itself. So no more manual intervention required for generating the bills for the contractors. Similarly, we have the app for the steel, right from the right-of-way to trenching, welding, NDT. All those formats are already available in the application. For better accuracy, you can integrate the smartphone with the GNSS receiver, which can improve the GPS accuracy of your smartphone to less than a meter. You can also connect it with cores and improve the accuracy of your smartphone GPS to less than a millimeter also, to within a millimeter also. So the construction and the GIS go hand in hand. So as and when the construction happens, the application generates the unique IDs for each section and shows you the corresponding location on the GIS map. On the right side, you click on any section, you can see the details, and it generates the progress reports, generate the contractor SOR bills, as I mentioned. It has quantity measurements, TPI approval system for approving each and every construction activity. It also generates the unique ID for each line segment being laid in real time itself, including the fittings and the TF. So the transition fitting also requires to have a unique identifier, because ultimately you're going to link the customer with the TF. And that's how the customer is going to be linked with the pipeline network in the GIS as well as in the application. It also helps you to generate the as-built, geo-referenced as-builts rather, not just linear as-builts, but also geo-referenced as-built drawings. So this will help you to actually navigate to the local location easily. So there are various layers, as you can see on the left side, all the fittings, pipeline sections, and the build-up keeps happening as and when the construction goes on, including the detailing of the offsets with the boundary wall or the marker locations. And you also have the house numbers located with the counts of the fittings being installed in real time, and the specifications and the attributes of each and every fitting in real time happens, along with a unique ID with the nomenclature for each and every fitting. The same thing can also be viewed on the mobile GIS, which can help you to navigate. This is integrated with the Google Maps itself to any location. This is one of the applications that module we have for the steel construction. So you can see the weld joints also being captured along with the pipe book of each and every joint for ready reference later on, including the entity observations. The entity films are also linked and attached in this application. The steel module helps you to do the pipe tracking also. So you're procuring pipes from the mills. So you can do the QR code-based tracking from the mills to the warehouse to yards to issuing it to the contractor, and ultimately stringing and up till welding and lowering also. So we have all the forms and formats for these readily available. It also generates the progress reports, crossing reports, then HDD activity reports along with the elevations and profiles. It helps you in the pipe reconciliation in real time. We have the station piping, line history sheet generation, and the station DPR process. It also generates the abstract of measurement for the steel contractors. And there are various reports, like you have the joint history. You click on a joint to get the history of the joint, and what was the pipe used, whether it was cut or not, who were the welders, when was the entity done, and the entity films. And it can also upload the entity films for ready reference for the operations later on. We have various dashboards for the management to view all the histograms, the pie charts, keep scrolling. The picture timelines, which are being captured by the mobile apps, by the various teams in the field, are also captured and shown in the dashboards in real time. A lot of analytics also happens. I mean, you can get the well rate being done by the contractors for the overall project by individual contractors, the various quoting backlogs, and the hydro test clearance, lowering clearance reports. It also generates a minimum work program for you. So that is also pre-configured in the system. So you can see how many customer connections you have done this year totally till now, and how many steel lines you have laid till now, what is the length, and how much you have laid this year. We also have a complete material management system. Of course, we can also integrate with your ERP, but our solution is full-fledged. You can generate POs, you can issue the POs, you can get the reconciliations in real time, contractor-wise, material type-wise, and design versus stock versus consumption report also. So because the construction is going on using this application, you'll be able to get the real-time consumption report, which can again be pushed back to your ERP at any time, in real time rather. Software also generates the cost of installation for each consumer, because the LMC construction app has the quantities of various fittings being installed at the consumer side. This is asset management, so as and when the assets are being installed, whether they're MRS, DRS, valves, or any other fittings, we also schedule the maintenance activities. So you have condition monitoring, preventive maintenance. So all these formats are already available in the system. So the alerts are generated, the technician is forwarded the particular call, they perform the activity, and they enter the activity in the formats, and they're published onto the web. So you'll be able to generate the alerts as well as the completions of each and every maintenance activity, not only for the main line, but we also have the solution for the station works. We have the complete control room center, where you can, when the technicians from the field or the security personnel from the field, they can report any outages or any observations or any encroachments rather, or any customer complaints. So as soon as they report it from their mobile app, it directly gets into our system, and you can see the location where it has been reported from, and which are the valves to be closed. So we have the valve tracing facility in our WebGIS application, and the complete history along with the SLAs and the turnaround times also are scheduled in this. So you'll be able to generate and monitor that which all complaints have been received, which all outages have been received, and when they have been resolved. And it also generates the PDF report of each and every outage. We also have the mobile app for the field technicians, where they can view the new ones that have been reported, the action they have performed on it, and they can also go to the nearest location from where the incident has been reported to. So they don't need to call someone and to find out where the location is. They can straight away get this on the mobile GIS and go to the location. So there are a lot of thematics also available on the WebGIS application, where you'll be able to see the maximum number of incidents or the outages or complaints being received from any of the locations, and you can mitigate that process in real time. As for the CRM, we have the complete mobile and WebGIS system, web application system for the marketing personnel to do the surveys, to register the customers using the KYC, take the security deposits. We have integrated with the payment gateways also, so we get the real-time payment settlements from the various bank payment gateways, and you can get the reports of all the payments being collected. So as soon as the payments are received in our system through the payment gateways, our application pushes it to the PMC to assign the LMC contractors. So this is all automated. So the LMC contractors get this list on the mobile app that these are the BP numbers where I have to go and install, and they can start the feasibility process and the installation process and enter all the fittings and the length of the pipes. So the free issue pipes are also configured in the system. If there are extra length is being installed at the customer location, the bill can be generated in the application itself. The customer SMSs are also inbuilt, so the customer is informed about every action and activity that is going on for their connections. So ultimately, when the connection is done, then you have the mobile app for the technician who is going to do the natural gas conversion. So once the conversion is done, the billing operation starts. So these are all automated, and the bill for the consumer based on the cycle, whether it's bi-monthly, monthly, or it is a spot billing operation. So all those are automated in our application. The rates, the gas rate, the PNG rates, and the late fee, all those are configured in the application, and the bill is generated for the EMIs for any equipment deposit, for the late fees, or for any other extra charges, and for the gas consumption also. So we also have the check collection automation in this. So if consumers pay checks, so you can generate a deposit slip from our application and deposit it in the registered bank of yours, and we get the API information from the bank that this check has been honored or dishonored. So that interface is also integrated with various payment gateways. We also have the mobile app for the consumers for the billing and for locating the bills and making payments, and also complaints. And we have the full dashboard for that. Yes. Yes, yeah, we are done. I'm done here. So there are various options. You can upload various documents, photographs of meters, and get all the kinds of dashboard reports in the application. And it's all workflow-based, as I mentioned. You can get the payment settlements reports. There are various mobile apps, as I mentioned. For each and every personal. We also have a documentation system and a HSE management reporting system for the HSE officers. So that's about the application. And we also provide services, so services for the GIS mapping and also field engineers for supporting training all the users at the field level. Yes, sir. We also have various other solutions for CNG station construction, that is the structures construction application for CNG station complaints and maintenance operations. We have the fence-based field force attendance system, GIS-based line walker solution, and GIS-based LCV tracking and operations application also. So Purba Bharati Gas from Guwahati and Silchar have implemented a solution, and we are proud to say that we've implemented this within 4 weeks, and it is operational and running right now. So I would like to also invite Mr. Partha Pratimadayapak, who is there with us today, for his input on this system. Yeah.
Mr. Adhyapak, please join us on the dais, and I believe that we would like to request you to make a few remarks. So yes. Yeah, even that one's working, yes. It's working, sir.
Yeah, good morning. We have, as Mr. Pankaj Mathur has said, actually, we were looking for Purba Bharati Gas being a new entity in this CGD business. We have got our listing in the 11th round of bidding. So we have 2 GAs with us, and a lot of infrastructure development works are going on. And we are laying steel pipelines. Almost 300 to 400 kilometers of MDP pipes have already been laid. We have already come up with almost 15 CNG stations already. So we were looking for a comprehensive project management solution which could have helped us for, we wanted all the platforms in one module so that it is basically easier to coordinate all the related activities. So accordingly, we went for an open tender, public tender, specifying our wholesome requirements for an integrated solution. And luckily, we could get MS Unistal with us as our support partner. And this software basically, as he has said, in one of our GA, within 4 weeks, we have implemented it. And it is up now, and we have already started using the software. And in the other GA, within a very short time, it will go live, where all the modules are being made live and all the modules are being integrated. So all the construction data, because parallelly we are carrying out the construction works as well as our the conversions have also started. We have started supplying gas to various consumers. So, and the billing has also started. So all the modules integrated wise and their simulations and their data have been evaluated, and we have already started using the software, and hopefully we will get the benefits that we are assuming to get it out of the software. And it looks like a good solution. Let us see how it goes. And we are hopeful that we'll be getting the results as desired. And as of now, the implementation has gone on very well. Their team has supported us for wholesomely, and their engineers are competent enough to do the transition, because a lot of manual data were required to be uploaded in the system in a very short time, that they have done very seamlessly. And the system is up and running now. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Adhyapak. Well, that is, right customer feedback at this stage itself. I'm just going to invite Mr. Gupta to join the 2 gentlemen very quickly. We have about a minute or so for Q&A, and Mr. Gupta, if you could just join them as well. I'll have a question myself, and we'll see if we have some questions from the audience as well. Mr. Gupta, as I mentioned earlier, is Managing Director with Unistal Systems. So, Mr. Gupta, Mr. Mathur, pretty much what I wanted to ask earlier, your experience in the market. We've, of course, got the feedback from a happy customer, but, how has been the experience and, how is the market demand changing?
See, we are in the industry from last 20 years in the cross-country pipeline projects, project management solution. When CG started, it was a natural upgradation of our solution. What we have seen in last 4 to 5 years since GIS is a mandatory from the PNGRB, the organizations have got the solution, but they are not integrated.
Right.
So to get this kind of solution, any organization have seen at least 7 to 8 tenders are happening in a year. So you have got data from 10 different places.
Right.
And then you have to have another software which will talk to each of the solution and give you a common result. So this is an integrated solution where you don't need a third-party tool to run this. No third-party software is required to have, and it is very cost-effective, as low as 1 manpower cost per month per GA. So that is what is the objective. And we see that these kind of solution will be coming up, more solutions will be coming up, but being the first one, we have an edge.
Am I audible now? Okay, let's see if we have some more questions or feedback from the audience. We'll begin with my right side this time. Any questions or comments? Moving to the middle column, do we have any questions, comments there? Any questions or comments from the left side? Well, I'm assuming that most of them have already networked with you yesterday.
Maybe I gave a big presentation.
Right, and I'll just request everybody to visit their booth as well, and we have Mr. Gupta and Mr. Mathur both here, and they can interact with you during lunch. Well, with that, I'm going to close this session. Thank you very much, Mr. Adhyapak, Mr. Gupta, and Mr. Mathur for being
Thank
with
you.
us today.
Thank you.